reach into Santa Butthead's sack.
I want Santa Claus and 2 fat bitches and a bag of weed and 2 bags of chips to get it to the fat bitch.
Oh, excuse me.
Yes?
I'm trying to find a Turboman doll.
Me too, me too.
Do you have any more in the back?
Who the heck are you?
What are you talking about? Santa Claus.
No, you're not.
All I want is 2 fat bitches that smell like cheeseburgers so Chico can lick on them and 2 to the ears and Plaza Rose Pin.
These guys are looking for a Turboman? A Turboman doll, yes.
Tantalus lights on this stuff. Oh. Are you bunch? Yeah, that'll go.
You guys give up or you're thirsty for more?
Disgust me. How can you live with yourself?
Some crazy old guy sticking for a $30 cab ride, and instead of calling the cops, Bogo here knocked down the meter. Those bacon cheeseburgers? Heads up! Well, go on, smart ass, and do it. I'm going.
It's Christmas time. It's a time for giving. A time for chestnuts opening on a roasted fire.
Some for you.
Merry Christmas, motherfucker.
What are you gonna do? I don't know, the phone rang. May you be happy with the path that you have chosen.
Well, I am happy with the path that I've chosen, you little bitch. In fact, I couldn't be happier.
I don't give a rat's ass about any of these people.
Yo, what's going on, fellow board members? Welcome to a very special edition of something I have been calling Here, There, and Everywhere. And I think this might be a regular thing. But with us today, you guys know him as Drunk 3PO. I know him as Jay. From Jay Walking the Planet, Drunk 3PO channel. All kinds of geeks and gamers, all kinds of stuff, guys. You know him. Here he is. How are you, Jay?
I'm good. You guys should see, like, if you ever stream it, or you should see him before the stream. He's all like, what's up?
Yeah, whatever, bro.
Yeah. You ready? I don't know, man. I'm not organized. I forgot to tweet. I don't know, man.
I'm definitely not organized. Yeah. Definitely.
He's all like super extra chill, and then like he's like, all right, you ready to go? I'm like, yeah, okay. You ready? Yeah, I'm ready to go, man. And it's, hey, what's up? Welcome to the channel, everyone. And I was like, golly, what the heck?
Yeah, sorry, man. You got to turn on the charm. We got to entertain these fine folks. Speaking of, we got Thomas Gilkey in the chat. What's up, brother? Hail, Thomas. Thank you for being here, dude. Brother,
I need some wine.
Yeah, send wine.
Maybe
Christmas. That's a good present, man. Send Drunk some wine. I'll take some too if you're into. We got Mark Jacobs in the chat. What's going on? Hail, Jay and Ords. What's going on, Mark?
You know Mark?
I've seen him on your channel before. Yes.
Mark's a good dude, man. Took me out to lunch and dinner.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
If you feel like taking me out, Mark, I will definitely be okay with that. So thank you for being here. We got Drunk 3PO's Fedora. Let's see. Hi, Orbs, and handsome man, most handsome man on the internet, right there. That's there it is. Yep.
My fedora's in my car, by the way, Mr. Fedora. I wear it all the time. The problem is I keep it in my car, so I'll bring it back so you can see it on the live stream again. I apologize. I know you miss it when I don't wear it, but I will get it. I'll get it back for you.
Absolutely. Bone says the thumbnail is great. Yes. So big shout out to Fat Steven Seagal. In the description, you guys can find his channel link. Go subscribe to his channel. Follow him on Twitter. All of that stuff. Yeah, he's been a big help. So thank you, Fat Steven Seagal. Of course, our boy Subhuman in the chat. What's up, dude? How are you? Oh, that's right. We don't need to show his comment there. It's Runner. Yo, Bruce Lombardo, what's going on? Gilkman says much love to both of us. Thank you. Fanzine, my boy. What's up, Fanzine? Thank you for being here, man. And thank you for all the love and support you've been showing my way lately, dude. Exactly.
Well, that's ain't for Fancy.
Oh, who's that for?
Oh, you got just keep going down.
Oh, I see. Oh, that's not for Fanzine. Oh, he doesn't deserve hearts either. That's okay. That's great. All right, we have.
This is my little protege. He's gonna take care of all the women when somebody finally chains me down. You know,
what's
takes
going
off
on?
my chastity belt and
Jeez.
makes an honest woman out of me.
Well, there. I don't know what to say to that. What's up, memes? How you doing, man? How you doing? We got Nerd Cookies. Ords got to 1K. Beautiful. To infinity and beyond. Thank you, Nerd Cookies. You've been a huge, support to the channel as well, uplifting me, saying kind words, and just showing love. Thank you so much. And your channel's blowing up, so congratulations to you as well. Nina, what's up? Is that who you giving hearts to? We got Yeti Cast, Clobbering Times. Did you talk about Nina?
They know.
Okay.
They always know.
They always know it. Thank you. Thank you for being here, Nina. Yeti, congratulations on hitting 1K. Thank you, my dude. Thank you, my dude. But it's not about me today, guys. I'm excited for 1K, absolutely. But today's about Jay walking the planet. Hold on. I don't want to miss this one. Clobbering Times. How you doing? He says, Ords, hail, sir. Congrats on 1K onward and over. Thank you. Clobbering Times. I've been seeing you in the chats. It is great to have you around. So thank you for being here.
Good dude.
Hell yeah. Very good dude. Very good dude. But today, again, like I said, is about Jay walking the planet.
Keep saying congratulations, 1,000 subscribers. That's a big deal. Because we're talking about my second channel today, which has not hit 1,000 subscribers. Trust me, it's a big deal.
Before we even get into the stream, if you guys want to subscribe to Jay Walking the Planet, in the description below, make sure you click that link and hit subscribe. Let's get him to 1,000 on that channel.
It'll come. I do know, like, out of all the subscribers to have, the most important one is the 1,000. It used to be. It was weird. Like, my goal was 10,000. I was like, once I hit 10,000, I don't really care anymore, because 10,000 unlocked the t-shirt store, the memberships, all that stuff. So like, it was like, but now YouTube is just like, you get memberships, you get a t-shirt store, so it's like, now it just seems like the 1,000 is the magic number. So that's worth celebrating. And then I guess the next magic number is 100,000. You get a plaque.
Yeah, I guess so. That's what they say. Anyway.
If you care for it, if you care for it.
Yeah. I mean, look. I've never intended YouTube to
tell
be...
me. Wait. Tell me. Let's just tell me how you felt. You were playing Among Us.
Yeah.
I was supposed to be there.
You were.
I was at SeaWorld.
You were having a good time, I think.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was. Me and Shamu were getting it in, man. And
thank you, Prometheus.
And so you're playing Among Us, and then all of a sudden, what? Did you just start seeing, like, did someone say something in the chat, or
yeah? So
they're like, "Hey, you just got shouted out," or
So
you need to clip that. You need to clip that and make a video.
I already got it clipped. I was going to do it last night at like 2 a.m, and I was like, no, I got to do this tomorrow after the interview with Jay. I was Raging Rhino had come in the chat and was like, hey, you got a shout out on Friday Night Tights. And I was like, wait, what? Like, what? And then all of a sudden, like, Gary shows up in the chat, and Jeremy shows up in the chat, and the chat's blowing up. I'm trying to keep track of everybody. I like to really focus on the chat, because that's why we're here, to entertain these people. But it was, you see the replay, you saw it, right?
I didn't see it. That's what I'm saying. Tell me.
Okay. All right. So they show up in the chat, and they're refreshing. Like, Raging Rhino's in there, just count like the sub count. Every time it changes, he's like updating me with it, right? Updating me. I can't even start the stream. Fat Steven Skull's like, dude, like, you got all these people here. You have to entertain them. You can't just sit here and with your mouth open. We gotta do something. So yeah, I just tried my best to focus on the stream, but it was surreal, man. The kind words that Gary had said, the kind things that Jeremy had said, the kind of things that Ryan had said, like, I don't have words to describe how great that feels, man. I mean, people that I respect and look up to, people that I try to emulate, or certain things that inspire me about them to emulate with my channel, or even in everyday actual life. Say those things about you, man. It feels pretty good, and you want to keep doing that, and you want to keep doing more. But now that we're at 1,000, the real work starts. It's like we have fun learning between that 0 to 1,000, but it's like I really want to step this up and give these people who are trusting in me or putting their faith in me by subscribing to entertain them. So and that's what I want to do. And like I said, I've never looked at YouTube as like a full-time job or something that was going to make me a lot of money. It's always been a place for an avenue for other things, whether it be like acting, voiceover work, or.
And I get shouted out by everyone. After a while, it just gets old. So enjoy the first one.
Yeah, no, I definitely did. I never expected.
You know who the first shout out I got when Drunk 3PO was at 250 subscribers? It was John Talks, who and he put me on a live stream and says, we're gonna keep Jay on the live stream until he gets to 500. And I was like, okay, cool. And then from 500, it was the most oddest person. It was World Class, who gave me this incredible shout out for all the work I was doing at Galaxy's Edge. And then it was Jeff from World Class. And then it was who put me over the 1,000 mark was oh God, who was that? It was somebody I don't even. Oh, who was that? I want to say it was Gary, but I don't think it was Gary. It wasn't Jeremy. Jeremy didn't come along until I was after monetized. He didn't. He didn't know who I was until monetization. Who the heck was that? I forgot. Somebody gave me, because I don't want to get it wrong. Someone in the community. They didn't really have a huge channel either, but they're like, let's just get him over 1,000. So that was really it is really cool.
Nerd Cookie says I missed the actual shout out. I need to go watch. I'll make a video later. That's happening, so stay tuned. But he says these guys are awesome for supporting smaller creators. Now, absolutely, these guys are great at supporting smaller creators. But let's not forget. And Drunk reminded me of this before the stream. My introduction to this community officially was through Drunk 3PO. Jay here. He's right. Give him the love, guys. Give him the love. He put out a call, and I know you guys have heard the story before, but he put out a call for subscribers under 1,000 to do videos. He'd put them on his channel. Lo and behold, did we realize that he was actually looking for a crew of people to. Jay had big plans this year. He had huge plans, and unfortunately, the beer bug kind of shot those down. But
sure did.
But he was looking for a crew of people, and he reached out to me. And like, as somebody who was a fan of Jay Drunk 3PO before I was involved in this community, for him reaching out to me was like, it felt just like the shout out I got Friday. Like, you guys know Keshik. You guys in the chat, you know Keshik, right? I'm like, you should ask her. She'll tell you. I'm like, oh my God, Drunk 3PO wants me to be a part of his channel. Look at this. Are you kidding me? We're going to do this. And then, like, shortly after that, everything just kind of fell apart with the beer bug. But and we'll get into all of that. We'll get into more of that. But you are the one, Jay, who introduced me to this community. And then Mary Mayhem reached out and said, come into this chat.
No, there is no other.
Oh, that's right. I'll take that back. Take that back. So I want to thank you for that, dude.
No, Mary is fantastic. Yeah, I was just kidding.
Yeah. But thank you, man. From the bottom of my heart, dude. You have just been a stellar dude. You've put up with my nonsense, and you've always allowed me to be me. So thank you, dude.
I have to do something nice to kind of get in. So I literally just had all y'all's names in some hat, and I just pulled it out, and I was like, well, here we go.
Yeah, see, exactly. Nina says, I talked to Gary last night and asked him, thanked him for you. Thank you. I'm going to reach out to him today. I've been trying to collect myself with everything. He said, of course, we all can we can get you there, but the rest is up to you. Exactly. And I don't want to let people down. So for sure. All right. So jaywalking the planet, man. Ever since I've known you, you have been a guy who likes to travel. You've always wanted to experience new things you've never experienced before. Where did this start from you? Where did this obsession with traveling and seeing the world start? Because I think a lot of people are very humble just being where they're at. They're scared to go out and experience things.
Interesting. So going back to like what you were saying, of course, it smells like success.
Yo,
Elena. Anyway,
what's up, Parrot?
I was looking for 2 creators to run Drunk 3PO for 6 months. And because I was going to leave the country at the end of March and be gone for a few months, and I didn't want Drunk 3PO to die. I think I was at like 5,000 subscribers, and
yeah, it was about there.
I really wanted to get to that membership, so I was like, I really wanted people to make content on it and just kind of make sure, And so I had reached out to Ords and My Nerdy Home because I was like, gotta have a girl,
diversity.
And so even though she has the best videos on my channel, it's kind of crazy. But so Orbs and Stephanie were going to take over Drunk 3PO, and I was just going to disappear. I knew like if that happened, the channel probably would take a dip. But it always, anytime you change anything, it would dip down and then come back up. And then what would be funny is I would come back and people like, who the freak is this guy?
Yeah,
no, I'm used to to Ords and Stephanie, but like that was the that's what was going to happen, because I was going to go to El Salvador and get this children's home project done. Being on the ground there makes things happen a lot faster than over phone calls and stuff. So I was like, I just wanted to get this done. And then from there, I was going to go back to Haiti and stay in Haiti for a little while. There was a clinic that they just needed some help with, and look at Nina. And so, yeah, because of the coof, I didn't go. So those plans kind of faded.
Oh, I guess I'm not good enough to entertain you while Jay's out of town. Huh? Thanks, Nina. Appreciate that.
That's pretty funny. Nina always makes me feel warm in all the right places. So anyway,
thanks, Jay.
So then so that was that. Just in case anybody was wondering, why all that was happening, that was why. I was like Willy Wonka in the chocolate factory, looking for the one to send out golden tickets.
Yeah,
and I wanted to see who it would, who would be the one. But yeah. So you're asking me about traveling. When I was growing up, I've shared this like a few times. I was a very angry kid. Like, I don't want to say I was the bully in high school, but I don't want to say I wasn't.
Something about you kind of strikes me as like you ran with the crowd that like to pick on people. Thank you, Memes of Destruction says Orbs, of course. Thank you, Jay, for that, by the way. Forever known as Orbs. Orbs and Jay are the two most decent human beings on you. Thank you, brother. We try.
So
but
yeah, I went to high school, was the homecoming prince, all that, was on the basketball team, blah, blah, blah. Went to college, and I was just so miserable and angry at anything. It got to the point where I remember it was like, you would just wake up to try to find things to be angry at. And
been there. Yeah.
It's just kind of like who I was. It just got me like motivated and curious. I was like angry. I got to prove someone wrong. I got to prove. My parents were very religious people. And so there was a lot of like, you can't watch movies. You can't do this. You can't look at that. You can't read this book. You can't wear that. You can't, and so I love them to death. And don't get me wrong. I love my mom and dad. They're the best people in the entire world. And, but it was just a weird upbringing of like very strict rules.
Yeah.
And I hated being home with a passion. Hated it. I hated it. And so I moved to Florida, and out of the blue, I just packed up and got in my car. I had a Mustang, Mustang convertible.
I bet you felt like a total badass. You're like, I got the Mustang pack, bro.
I was like Miami. I was like Vanilla Ice. You know,
Yeah,
word
totally.
to your mother. Doom, 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 doom.
With like
yeah,
the
Nina was
the
like, I
city
can't
tape.
imagine you being that way. Nah, I was a pain. I was off. I hung around. Like, yeah, I was bad.
You got the city.
I
you
was
got
just
the cityscape
angry. I
behind
was angry.
you.
I like to like laugh at, you know. Anyway,
Yeah.
there's no need to talk about like that stuff. Even went to jail, but the
Been there, bro. I've been there before too, man. we can talk about that all day, man.
and so yeah, but what I got, mine was.
We'll share that. We'll do that in another stream.
Yeah, I gotta do that private because Fat Steven Seagal is here, and I'll never like that. There's some things in my past that need to stay in the past.
Agreed.
What year was the Mustang drunk 3PO? 92.
Or is that
92 5.0, baby. Yeah, it was a 92. Anyway, had the 5.0 on and everything. So. And then I graduated from a Mustang to motorcycles. Love motorcycles. Still to this day, Harley Davidson, leather jacket, man. I got the whole thing. Cruising down Florida Orange Groves, man. You know, most people don't know that part about me. I love riding motorcycles. I do it quite often. And
Nina says, "Bad boy."
So I know you're not a troll. I'm just saying, like, you'll make memes of that, and I'll have to explain myself, and sometimes it gets a little tiring. Nothing but love for you, Steven. You helped me out with a video of mine, so you know. Anyway, so I moved to Florida to finish school. I wanted to be by the beach. I wanted to get out of my town. I was in Washington D.C. and I came down to Fort Lauderdale. Miami Gardens, all that. Just ask me not to. Nah, brother, I ain't gonna do that, brother. You all good. Anyway, I got from college, I got involved in volunteering with Department of Juvenile Justice.
Oh, cool. Now let me real quick.
I was studying to be a teacher anyway, but it was like,
well, let me ask you this real quick. So as a person who's kind of rebelling to get out, you know, you're kind of going to explore your freedom. What made you decide to go into like teaching and all that? Like, what led you to that? Because it kind of seems like you were just being a rebel, like you didn't care about any of that. But what made you decide?
I thought being a teacher would be cool. You get the whole summers off. You get all the holidays off, and you only work from like 8 to 2. That's what I thought. Every day.
Right on. So it was like an end.
I hated a lot of my teachers, but I had 2 teachers that were like the coolest people in the world that put up with my bull crap, that really spoke a lot of positivity in my life. And I was like, I never really at that time in my life, I never held any human in like high regards. Until I met my English teacher in college, and to see her like to put a human on a pedestal, which I've never done before, really spoke to me. Kind of like saying there are, you know, it's like, wow, look, like if this person can have that effect on me, how cool would it be to be able to, you know, anyway, do that to us. So anyway, long story short, so I was and volunteering at the Department of Juvenile Justice would also accelerate credit. Like everything was done to get, everything was done to promote me. So they were like, this is a difficult challenge. Working with kids that have been arrested will get you credits faster and get you a job quicker. So I was like, well, that's going to benefit me. So I could sit around and let kids be stupid all day because I'm selfish like that. And so I signed up for stuff like that. That's the only reason why. What had nothing to do with I'm gonna change the hearts of the kids in the detention center there in Broward County. He's like, nah, not even.
But it's very clear that these 2 teachers you were talking about that had an impact on you. You obviously carry part of that with you today, because once you were involved in it, it seems like you maybe have noticed, like, okay, I am actually affecting people's lives. I am beginning to play a role.
Well, I didn't notice it till later.
Okay, right.
I didn't notice it till later. So all of a sudden, And I feel bad for kids that have to stay at home for college that go, because I think even if you go to a community college, being on campus and seeing all the stuff that they offer and like all the fun parties and all the stuff, you miss out. Anyway, so I got there was a group by the name of World Vision that was out there. And they were looking for volunteers to go to Africa. And I was like, man, how cool would that be to go to Africa, and go to Africa and see how that, I'm not really doing anything. And so basically I listened to their speech and they were like, yeah, we're going to take a group of people to Africa. What they were looking for was they're going to take a group of people to Africa of all ages and see if anyone is interested in staying in Kenya for 6 months to a year to help them with an educational project over there. And I was thinking, I just want to go on a trip. Because before that, they had like these things in Jamaica where you could go, like when I was younger, like go to Jamaica and help colleges over there. And so I did that all the time. I was like, because from Miami to Jamaica is like an hour flight, and we just went over there and drank, and then we did our work. And it was like a fun college trip. So I had done like volunteer work like that, and it was just like it's fun anyway. So I was like, all right, let's go to Africa. So they were like, it was $2,500, which I didn't have.
Oh, geez.
And I called my parents. It was like, I don't know. I feel like going to Africa. I don't know, and everything. And so, long story short, somebody donated the money for me to go. It wasn't my mom or dad. It was somebody else. They said, I think you should go to Africa. Yeah. I wasn't begging for it. I didn't have no GoFundMe. Right. But it just kind of came up. So I went to Africa. This was way back in, oh God, when was this? 2009?
I can't even imagine Jay in 2009. Like, I just like, did you? I think you just popped into existence like in the last couple of years.
Kid, man.
Well, I think you know what?
Somebody I wasn't.
I think that you and I can relate a lot on that, man. I think through our experiences, and I think we can relate a lot on that. But go on.
Well, yeah, and if I can go back in time, I'd change everything. But it is what it is. So I went to Africa, and they put us in a really nice hotel, which every night we had buffet food, and basically it was like a la carte, just take what you're gonna eat. And I was like, man, I'm in freaking Africa. This is the coolest thing ever. Like, I'm traveling. Like, it was fun. I was tired. We went out and did some like simple work camps and everything, nothing major. And then the life-changing experience happened. We went to this AIDS camp. And at the time, if you had HIV/AIDS in Kenya, I don't know if it's still like that today. It's been a long time. You are treated like a outcast, someone like a leper, they threw you out of society and your children.
Wow.
So if they discovered you had AIDS back then, they're like, get out of the city, get out. So what happened was these makeshift communities started out in the middle of nowhere were being like built with all these people with AIDS.
Oh, wow.
So we went to this community, and they warned us, the guy warned us. He was like, all right, what you're about to see, if you can't handle it, stay in the hotel. Like, because you might see dead people, right? You might see dead people, and like, please don't take photos and da da da. So I'm like, okay.
Wow, really? Just dead people?
Yeah, because there's no doctors or clinics, and people are dying of AIDS, you know.
Jeez,
so,
dude,
we went to went out there. And there was about 700, 800 people out there. And my mind, so listen, my mind, everyone's got AIDS. So it's like, don't touch nobody. I need everyone 12 feet away from me. don't sneeze, nobody. Like, I don't like, get away from me. And then, like, as soon as I got out of the car, my mom was like, I shouldn't be here. Like, something bad's gonna happen. What if a little kid cuts his finger? You know what I mean? Like, your mind's just trying to mess with me. So I wandered. So the whole group came out to meet us. It was like 15 of us. So there was like 700 people from Kenya, like, came out. And here, and you know, I'm taller than everybody. I'm 6'4". I'm taller than everybody. And I'm like, they getting really close because they all want to shake your hand. And I kind of freaked out, and I left the group to wander into the big Maasai jungle. Right?
You just walked right into the jungle.
And well, Kenya looks exactly dead drop exactly like the Lion King. If you watch the movie cartoon, exactly to a T. It's just long, like grasslands with a couple trees, big mountain rocks, and so like that's what it looked like. So it wasn't like I'm going into like, you know, bush where I need like a machete to cut through. And so I walked around to where their kitchen, where they were feeding, and there was this big woman. No, I didn't get that, but I did catch something else. But they
Wow.
There was this woman that was cooking, and she had one of these giant soup bowls, and they were all out. They had a fire going, so had this giant soup bowls, and she was cooking rice. And she had a cup. I think it's not empty, but she had a cup, and next to her cup, she was like, to me, it looked like pepper, but it was dirt. She was shoveling it in and putting dirt in the soup. And I stopped, and I'm looking at this like, what is this? Like, what is this? I went and got the translator because they speak Swahili. I went and got the translator, and I said, what is she doing? And the guy's like, please don't take pictures. Please don't take. And I'm like, I don't even have a camera. You know, it's not like it is today where there's a camera on everything.
Right.
She said, well, when they feed the children, they usually put some dirt in the soup to thicken it up so they won't have hunger pains at night.
Oh, geez.
Brother, like, I don't know what it was that moment. I sat there on a rock for like 3 hours, 3 or 4 hours, while everybody's taking the tour and they're meeting people and they're doing all this stuff and they're doing it. I'm like away from the group. You know, a freaking lion could have came out and got me. I'm watching this lady put dirt in these giant bowls, cook it up, mix it up, make some kind of thick. It looked like it was just like a real thick, dirty rice.
Do you know what she had in the soup, or was it just like a water mixture with like?
It was water. Yeah, it was water, and served it to the kids. And I'm watching this, the whole thing, kids running around eating it, and I'm getting emotional. It's like all coming back to me. Forgive me if I go off camera for a minute, but it was
it's good. It's good.
It was. I just sat there and like I can't explain it. Every little stupid thing I felt like I ever complained about in my entire life started like flashing in my brain, and it just kept like telling me it's so not important.
Yeah.
Why are you angry at that? That's so not important. Why are you angry at that? So not important. And I kept saying. In my head, I kept saying out loud, I'm like, man, I'm about to get in a van back to my hotel and have a buffet freaking dinner with steak and shrimp and potatoes and whatever. You know what I mean? With a cup with fountain drinks and everything.
Wow. And let me ask you this. Right? How far away was your hotel from where you had this?
Probably 4.5, 5 hour drive.
That's it. That's it. 4 hours from where they were making dirt soup, there was the ability to have a full buffet dinner.
So I went back.
Wow.
I had a roommate in the hotel, and I was like, I couldn't even eat, bro. I couldn't freaking eat. I was just like, I can't, man. I can't do this. Like, I cannot do this. It's bothering me. I went and spoke to the director, and I'm like, I'm like, listen, I don't care what it costs. Let's just order a bunch of food and take, like that was my mindset. It was like, can I wait? And so then he's like, listen, we're going to have a meeting, blah, 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 everything. So they asked if anybody wanted to stay an extra week and work with this community while they build rain collectors, which is like water things on top of houses that collect the rainwater, and help with some agricultural projects and stuff so they can grow food so they don't have to eat that stuff. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna stay. So I'm like, I'll stay. So that we went out of the hotel and I went and stayed in in the bush, man, like in the jungle. That was not a good experience for me because the food in Africa was not very good. I've eaten all over the world and it just was really bad. And so after the fifth day of having like a spoonful of rice and like dried up bread, and now I'm like all right, I've suffered enough. I need to go back to the hotel and get something to eat. And it was like I was like, I need to go. And so I'll never forget it. So near the last day, they brought out this giant tray of Jello, of orange Jello. What? And the 5 of us that stayed, we were just starving. Like we were just so hungry because we were eating. Like, dude, I felt like we were eating the dirt, and maybe we were. I don't know, but and so we started eating this Jello, like, and it tasted so good. I was eating Jello like it was no one's business. And then the director comes out and he starts screaming at us like, "Stop eating that Jello! Stop eating that Jello right away! Stop eating that!" And I'm like, "Dang, man, chill! Like, what's wrong?" He's like, "You're not supposed to eat the Jello here because they use this water to make it, and it's like dirty, contaminated. Even though it's boiled, it doesn't kill off everything." And so I'm like, I'm eating. It didn't take nothing but an hour before I was like, oh no.
Wow.
I got massively sick, man. Like ridiculously.
I've got enough problems with my own. I got enough problems with my own, like, biology, just being on this diet here. I can't imagine that, dude.
It was bad. And so I was sick for like, yeah, I was with the Maasai group. And anyway, while we were there, we were able to leave like tons of banana trees, agricultural stuff where they were growing a lot of vegetables. We ended up making about 40,000 gallons of clean water.
Oh, wow.
It's really simple too. It's like they have like these homes. And so it's like when it rains, the water comes off the drain and it goes into these giant rubber bins. And then it goes, so they have like water to drink instead of like trying to go through the wells and stuff like that. Anyway, so, and then the organization left them. Did you have ear? No, I didn't. They left them. I had tapeworm. That's what I had. And they,
I think it was asking did you have to eat grubs?
Oh, no. It was a lot of bread and rice. It was a lot of carbs. It was like carb overload. Yeah, Bruce is right. It was Montezuma's revenge is what they called it. But they had I came back like a totally new I came back with a I don't know what you call it, not an agenda, but I was like, I'm gonna go back. I want to go back and live there. They had a program where you could go there 6 months. I was like, I'm gonna go back. And I was getting ready to go back, and I was going through the training, and the earthquake. And now I'll give you the quick story. The earthquake happened in Haiti in January 12th, 2010. And I live in Miami, huge Haitian community here. And the organization that was going to take me back to Africa was like, hey, we need quick volunteers to go to Haiti to bring water, emergency. I already had the training done, signed up, got on a plane, went over there and saw the worst thing I ever, like, it was worse than it. I can't even describe what it looked like in the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere where 350,000 people died in 50 seconds.
Like when you first came upon that, like when you first walked into it, like what was the first thing that hit your mind?
No. Once the plane landed and the door opened, you could smell it.
Really?
And they were handing out, you can see pictures. If you look up Haiti earthquake photos, you will see pictures of people with orange slices in their nose. So they told us to put orange slices, like orange peel slices in our nose with a bandana to keep the smell and possibly keep us from breathing in all that dead decay stuff.
So that's what you were smelling was the decay of, oh my God.
Did you end up helping the Clinton? Nah, man. Nah, the Clintons were a pain in the butt there. Nah, did not. I knew where they were though, but the Clinton initiative over in Haiti was a joke. No, I did not help them. And so so I went there and it was like, it was chaos. We didn't know what to do. We were going back we were taking a bus from Dominican Republic, picking up water and then drive. It was like, dude, I felt like I didn't sleep for a month. Because as soon as we got stuff, it was like back on like we're sleeping on the bus. I got sick again. Wasn't eating right, wasn't drinking right. It was just constantly getting water back and forth. And finally I got on the plane back. And while I was going back, another organization called. They said, "Hey, will you mind bringing a team down? You've already been there. You know the route. Can you bring this team?" And I was like, okay. So I kind of helped the team get through the airport, get through customs, get through there, get on the ground, pick up, call a driver. Like I was able to do that. And then the word just started to spread. Like the word got out like really, really weird that, hey, we got an American on the ground. Like call him. He'll pick your team up. So then it was like Doctors Without Borders. Hey, I don't know you. You know me. Can you pick up my doctors and get them here? I'm like, yeah. They're like, hey, we'll give you a little. We'll pay. You know, we'll contract you. I was like, okay, all right, cool. Hey, we got your number from Doctors Without Borders. We got a construction team. Can you pick them up from the airport and get them? Sure. It just started.
So now you're just a runner. You're just running teams.
Yeah, that's what happened. So I was like the guy that called, and then when people left, they would hand me like $300. Like, hey, thank you for your time. I mean, they paid for, you know, the gas and everything, but and pretty soon I was like, dang, I need to get like a card or something. And so I had the person in America that I knew really well, and she was like, here's the email and phone number. And I didn't know what I was doing, but my email was blowing up with people like, hey, we're bringing in, you know, 1,000 pounds of dry food. Can you pick it up and get it to where it needs to go? And then it was like, and then it turned into like, hey, we hear that there's a community that's starving to death here. Can you go there and take photos and bring it back? We'll pay you to do that. We'll ship you a camera. And it just turned into a nonstop thing where it was going back and forth. And finally, after like 3.5 years of Dominican and Haiti and like back and forth, and
Real quick, what kind of, like, when you were doing this, like running back and forth, what kind of downtime did you have? Like, how did that work? Like, was there ever a moment to yourself other than when you were sleeping?
The moments to myself came when you picked up all the people, got them to where they need to go, and you just kind of waited till they were done. You just kind of sat around. Like, I wasn't a doctor.
Yeah.
So like the doctors did their thing, and I was just kind of like, I'm here. So I learned the language, not very well, but I learned the language enough to get by. I learned, you know, I made new friends, like how to, like, that can get stuff. So there was like a lot of time in the mountains where I would just kind of like wander around and just walk with, you know, play with the kids and stuff like that while the construction team was doing. So my job was basically pick them up, get their job done, and take them home. I didn't do a lot of the work because I wasn't qualified. I'm not a construction worker.
Right.
I'm not, you know, this, I'm not that. And so has Haiti improved at all since the last time in terms of government? Government, absolutely not. It got worse. Healthcare, nope. Infrastructure, yes. They never really had good healthcare. The government has gotten worse. That's why I haven't really been back. And then the beer bug hasn't really helped me going anyway.
Here's another question that I think people might be interested in hearing the answer to. When you were doing this, was there ever a risk of, like, let's say you're delivering supplies, food, medical supplies, doctors, whatever. Was there ever a risk of anybody attacking you or stealing stuff from you or hijacking your vehicle, or was there any kind of risk involved there?
I got robbed all the time. I was held at gunpoint about 3 times. My passport was robbed. I had to go to the embassy a few times to get a new passport. And the truth is, a lot of the times we would get robbed was the people didn't want to hurt me. It was more like, my family is starving to death and you've got food in this truck and I'm going to take it from you so my kid can eat. Do you understand what I'm saying? And it's like, yep, here you go. What can I do?
Right.
And the worst one was being stranded. I was like,
oh, geez.
Can you at least call me a taxi? If you're going to steal my cell phone and my money, at least get me back. Nah. So it was like long walk in the middle of nowhere, trying to find someone with a cell phone that they'll let me use. So
I mean, that even in itself would be very dangerous. Like, when you're a big, tall white dude in the middle of a country that's predominantly, Haitians are not predominantly white. Yeah.
And there's not a lot of white people in the country, and they're kind of like, what the heck? Where did you come from? What are you walking around? So, like, learning like the language was extremely important. And so it happens. The funny one was like the first time my passport was stolen, like I was robbed from my book bag, and I had to go get a new passport. I went to the embassy and they were like, how do we know you're not an international terrorist? I was like, what are you talking about? And they're just like, you just can't come here and say you need a passport to leave. We don't know you. Do you have any other identification with you? I was like, no, was robbed. That's why I'm here. And they're like, well, we have to vouch for who you are. So I had to take like it was like a process, man. And I had to go like all these places, and I had to get passport photos done. It was the funniest story ever. So I didn't have any money, so I had to call someone in America, send me money. I had to have it sent to a Haitian who could pick it up because I didn't have any IDs. And bring it. Oh my God, dude. It's just like, anyway, I get to this place to take a passport photo, and the guy's like, are you an American? I was like, yeah. He goes, oh my God. Oh, this is awesome. And so, we taking photos, and then he's like, can I just get one more? And I'm like, all right. And then he put my fist on my face like this, like that stupid old classic high school pose.
Yeah.
Picture. And I was like, what are you doing that for? He's like, I'm going to hang that in my shop to show other Americans that it's safe to come here and take photos. So somewhere in like some small town in Haiti, there's a picture of me, like, you know. I was like, oh my God, that's so funny. But after like 3 years, when I came back to the States, these organizations would call me and be like, hey, you did so well in Haiti. Would you mind taking a team to China? Would you mind taking a team to India? Would you mind taking a team? So that's how it progressed. And then I began to learn the technique of layovers. So it was like, all right, I'm about to take a team to India, but there's a layover in Dubai. Let me stretch out my layover for 3 days.
Gotcha. That's where you would
hang out in Dubai for 3 days.
Okay.
And then go to work. So it was that I learned all these tricks of travel, and I just fell in love with traveling. Not only do I get to see the country, but it's like I don't get to see the tourist part of the country. I get to see the country itself because you go to any tourist parts of the country, they dress it up for Americans and Europeans to feel safe and to have the same. So you go to the tourist parts of any countries, they'll have McDonald's, they'll have restaurants, and it's almost like it's almost like like a false narrative where it's like they decorate it to make it look like America, but also their country, because they know they want Americans to spend their money, and they want European, like people with money to spend money, but they also want them to feel safe. They want them to feel, like that. And so it's I like going into like the culture. Like I've slept on the ground in some kind. I mean, it's just, I've eaten things I probably shouldn't have eaten. And
now, in your time doing all that back and forth, is there like the story that you haven't told yet? One story, either that was like the worst experience for you or the best experience. Let's go with the best, because I feel like we've kind of talked a little bit about some of the bad things that happened to you over there. Let's talk about some of the best things that happened over there. Go.
The best things is to see children go to school when they couldn't go to school, no matter what country it is. I think seeing children go, it's so weird. It's so different in America, where we have kids, like even myself, who hated going to school. I don't want to go to school. I'd rather do something else. There's and everyone's heard these stories, but they're so true. There's children all over the world that will walk 5 miles because they want to go to school. And to see, even now, like the kids in El Salvador, like on my members, if you're a member of my channel, you see, I show like a lot of detailed pictures that I won't show like publicly, because I don't want the children to. I have a lot of haters because of Geeks and Gamers, and because my stupid Drunk 3PO account, which was just made because I needed something to do while I'm stuck at home, and it was just a lot of fun, and it blew up into something else. They'll take that as saying, I don't want anything said about the children, like troll or anything else. So it was seeing kids go to school, even in El Salvador, seeing these kids, they call them throwaway kids that were like lost in the trash, or whose parents died in the earthquake, seeing them like get the best grades in school, seeing them excel. It's like seeing them get the second chance that they thought they never, ever had, in life. And knowing that they, like I said, like some of these kids were found in the garbage, and now they're like not the top in their class, they're top in the school. You know what I mean? And it's like,
it just goes to show
it's
you.
It's pretty cool, man. It's like, I don't know. It's pretty cool to see that I had a very, very small part in that. And how proud they are, how like I get pictures sent from me from all over all these countries saying, you remember this person? Well, they wanted you to see their certificate, that they got the honor roll, that they got this, that they got that. And that, to me, like all this SJW bull crap that I complain about on Drunk, this cancel culture stuff. At the end of the day, like that's just Twitter nonsense, stupidity, where I could just put my phone down and not even see it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But they'll send, and I again, like I said, I'm not trying to push my membership on your channel, but I was like, people that were members, when I do my membership stream, I show that, or my Patreon stream, I show those photos where they can see these kids showing their certificates. And I was like, yeah, I was there like 7 years ago, and now look at them. And that to me is worth getting tapeworms.
Oh yeah, no, totally. Yeah, I mean, it now, is this something that it kind of helped you go towards the education thing, like more so with seeing that and realizing that like you never know who has the potential to succeed. I think that's ridiculously unfortunate that they call them throwaway kids, because right there's an example of the potential that humanity has to come from nothing to literally being found in the garbage to then being top of the entire school. That to me is inspiring. And then, like you said, you referenced like all this stuff that we have, the social media and stuff like that, and the SJW nonsense that's going on. These people find all these little things to complain about. Like, I would love to see half of these people go live in that situation and experience the things
they couldn't handle it.
Right. That's my point. they themselves would look at life completely differently. So I feel like when people like you who have the experience, like me, I haven't done a lot of traveling. I would love to travel. But I gain this knowledge from people like you who have experienced these hardships and stuff, who literally grew up with nothing, dirt soup like that. That to me is insane. 4 hours away, buffet. This kid 4 hours away is eating dirt soup. Like, think about that in this country. And there is all kinds of hunger in this country, but it's not talked about. And we're in a country that is beyond rich, why? Like, yeah. But I'm just glad that there are people like you who actually have an open mind to seeing these things and understanding the impact that it has on society.
Well, like you talked about, like the worst, and the worst is the mental effect it had on me for, I did this, God, how long have I done this? About 15 years. And there was a point where it's not all sunshine and rainbows and happiness. It's a lot of children that you helped die like in 6 months. They're just beyond recovery. They've eaten enough dirt that has shredded their insides, or they're sick with AIDS, or they've been raped and I'm not gonna get too I got you. The worst of the worst that you see on movies happens to children. And after a while, I think the worst job I ever had was in the Dominican Republic. And please feel free to Google it if you're like, Jay's just making stuff up. You Google a town called Boca Chica in the Dominican Republic that used to be the hub of child prostitution, one of the hubs in the central. Not anymore. I think it's cleaned up pretty well, but back then, and there was organizations that were like, Jay, can you take a team there and buy a couple kids and get them into a rehabilitation center? And it's like, are you insane? Like, how many kids are out there? Like maybe 100, and you want me to pick 5?
Oh God.
What do I do about the other 95? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that's a really.
And so there's situations like that all over the world, and it mentally coming back to America. And if my haters are watching and they clipped it, I don't care. I have no shame in any of this, but it messed me up mentally. I would come back, and it had an effect on like personal relationships in my life. And I would come back and see someone like drinking like water and then throwing it away, right?
Yeah.
Like finishing it. My brain would go into this horrible place of,
I can imagine.
Like, how dare you? I literally saw kids die because they didn't have clean water, and you're just throwing it away like a little, and just curse them out and like want to fight. And that's when I had like my family and other like close saying, dude, like you're not well, And so I had to pull back from going like leaving, and I went and saw a psychiatrist and I went to counseling. I never got so far off like I needed medicine. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying like I had to find my joy. They're like, listen, you have to come back and find joy and peace in what you're doing, not be angry at the world again. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
who are you pointing at? Like, so like if you were drinking water and you threw it away, and I'd be like, what's wrong with you, man? Like, you're such a, like, you probably killed a child. Because it's like, no, that's not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to do what you feel is called to do. Not everyone's called to do what I did. That it's difficult. Like I say, it cost me relationships. It cost me a career. Probably it cost me a lot. It costs a lot. There's a lot of times when you're out there in a third world country over the holidays and you are alone.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, alone, because you're doing your job and everyone else is with their families, and you're just like, I'm here, you know, and it is a hard place to be at. And then when your mind has seen children and other people that have like gone through horrible, like just horrible things, and you go to sleep resting on those thoughts, it's rough, man. Like it takes its toll. So anyway, long story short, I came back and I was like, let me go to counseling. Let me get my PTSD or whatever you want to call it. Like
I would
they had to
definitely
get
say that.
and
I would definitely say that's a form of PTSD. I mean,
yeah, it's a syndrome. It's some big syndrome anyway. But so I had to find like my happiness and my, you know, like the whole thing. And I became a school teacher here. I moved out of Fort Lauderdale, became a school teacher here in Orlando, and started Drunk 3PO as a hobby. But being stuck home for 2020, my heart and mind is like, I'm ready to go get.
So do you think
get out of here again and see like what's going on? So.
Your wanton love to travel, maybe developed by that back and forth, going here, going there. You never seem to sit down, and when you're sitting still, Jay, that's not your happy place.
No, and the thing I love more than getting to the destination is the journey. I love getting on an airplane, getting in the airport, searching the airport, bumping into people, doing all this, getting in the car ride, looking around. Where am I going next? What is this happening? Where is this? Oh, I get to travel by donkey. That's cool. I get to go into horseback. Oh, that's neat. Oh, I'm sleeping here. It's like this whole journey. And finally it catches up to you in like 4 or 5 days. And then you're like,
no. My thing is, I love to go camping. I like to go camping in different spots. I try new spots all the time. A couple of years ago, I can't remember the actual name of the national forest, but saw some things I've never seen before. Really enjoyed myself. It was like backpack camping. Like we're hauling stuff miles into the woods, you know. But no, it's great to see that you are passionate about this, because I don't feel like people have the perspective that you have. They don't have an idea of how the rest of the world can be. And I'm glad that you're teaching people through your experiences, while helping people, which I think people lose sight that time is finite. Okay. We only have so much time on this planet, and for people to, like you said, sacrifice your time, holidays. I can't imagine not being around my family for a holiday.
It sucks.
There's
no way around it.
Yeah, I was
there ain't no superhero metal, man. Like it's just not there. Like it's
right.
I get it. I can come here and share stories, and I understand that there's a certain group of people that are like, "Oh, Jay, you're a good person. You're good." I appreciate that. I don't need it. I really appreciate that. But for me, like the heroes will always be this girl Victoria, whose mom abandoned her in a garbage can, and she worked through it. Now she's like top of her class, and you know, like that's a hero to. That's where I can go to when I'm having a bad day. Going, man, what am I freaking complaining about? That I ran out of creamer for my coffee, and now my day's wrecked. You know, like what kind of idiot am I? And people always say, man, I've never seen this side of you. Listen, I'm the same person that I am as Drunk 3. I'm just like, I like to laugh. I don't like watching, like for instance, I don't like watching depressing movies like The Joker. Everybody loves that film. There's nothing wrong with it. I watched it once. I cannot watch it again. It takes me to a emotional place where I don't like being, which means that movie's done exactly what it was supposed to do. It's a fantastic film. But like things like that, I don't necessarily surround myself around negative, and I don't like being around overly negative people. Like I like being around people, but when someone just constantly is negative, it's like you could see me slowly like step back. But I just love to laugh at everything. I don't really rage much, but it's just I can find the stupidity humor in everything.
I'll rage enough for the both of us.
Yeah, like it's like being parts of Geeks and Gamers is fantastic. Ryan is definitely, he can rage about the SJW, like that's his thing. It's not me,
right?
But they don't want me to be him. They want me to be Jay. So I'll be Jay, and that's it. So anyway, I went back to the other channel because I feel there's stories to tell. There's places to show you. There's videos up now that y'all can watch of me in Haiti in the DR. I think there's one of Cambodia. I've got a couple more that are just going to be picture slideshows, but not much films, because at the time I was doing all this, I never ever thought about a YouTube channel. It was just like, most of it was a lot of photos and stuff. But I've reached out to so many of my people all over the world, and I'm like, I think February I'm going to do an American tour. And then when I'm done with that, I'm going to get on a plane and probably go to the DR and back to Haiti and just start skip hopping all over and just at least go and say in El Salvador, and at least even if it's for a couple days, just to kind of like get my wings back, I guess you'd say. And so I really want, I'm not really one to beg for support for that. So that's why I took the teaching job where I could teach remotely. So that helps. So I can work and not beg, like, hey, fund me to go on all these trips. Like, I get that that's important. It's just me personally. And people know that, like, when they super chat me or they become part of my Patreon, the majority of that money is they see it because I send that out to the Patreons and members. Like, here's where I sent your money. This is what we're going to do with it. We're going to do Christmas gifts and stuff. And there's, I really want the other channel to get monetized before I go. So it can help me travel. I still got to pay for gas. I still got to get a plane ticket. I still got to eat when I'm on the ground. And
I look at it this way.
You get what I'm saying?
Knowledge is priceless. Like, you can't put a price.
People might say that's selfish or shallow or like, oh, you're doing it for the money. Yeah, I am, because it's going to help me do what I need to do.
Yeah.
So whatever.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. And the way I look at it is you want to do something that you're passionate about, and people see that and they're going to support that. I think anybody, at least here in this chat, is going to have an issue with somebody going, this is what I want to do with my life. This is what the whole community is about, doing what you love, talking about what you love. And the people in this community want to support that. The people who support you want to support that. And that's why they support you, is because they see they're giving back as well. That you are it's weird. It's like your job was to be the medium place between getting person here and there. And now it's like getting people to help more here. I don't know. You're just this person who draws people in, and you I don't know, man. You are an enigma, and I love it, man.
Well, it's just, it would be nice, like, because it would be cool to, yeah, like I said, have that channel monetized, and then I'm gonna put all the film up there anyway of everywhere I'm going, from travel information, the flight back. Like, I that's a whole part of me that people don't. I've had all this experience with bags, and I mean, it's just every little thing about travel I've learned over the years. Like, oh, wait, this is so much better than this, and people don't know about it. And so I figure, why not and share it with everyone, because you'll hear it in my voice. And right now, like, on that channel, I'm just kind of throwing up. I mean, I'm not traveling, so I'm doing like some news articles, which I will get away from, because I don't like doing that on that channel. But I need watch time, and I need stuff. So it's just kind of like, I got to get it done. But I'm thinking about having, I'm just going to start doing a ton of live streams and then just invite everybody on who wants to talk about some of their favorite places they visited, just to get the watch time, going. And my Patreon is going to change. It's now like decorated in drunk 3PO attire. It's not leaving. It's just going to change into the Jaywalking the Planet attire. So when I go out and do all these things and people are like, how can I help? Because I will get non-Star Wars community people to subscribe to that channel that's interested in those kind of things.
Yeah.
And they'll probably be like, where do I sign up? And they can go to the Patreon and go from there. So all I'm putting all that together in December and getting all that changed up. And I think it's time. I think it's time. And
well, I mean, let's be honest here. Like I said, you're not a person that likes to sit around. You've been sitting around all year, and I'm pretty sure you're going stir crazy at this point, dude.
Well, thank God for Park Hopping and Jeremy saying,
yeah,
go to the theme parks, dude. I know you like getting out, and record you being there and put it on a channel. And so, so there we go.
And jays are a type of bird, right? They like to be fly and be free, just like you.
Yeah. All right. So Thomas, I'm gonna answer your question. Do a GoFundMe, Jay. All right. Here's my GoFundMe, Thomas. Here is my GoFundMe. My book, my Indiegogo book is gonna drop January 4th. I think January 4th is our target. So just buy some books for kids that I'm gonna give away. That would be the best Indiegogo GoFundMe that you can do.
I just put the link in the chat.
Thank you.
To sign up.
That'll be the best because that's going to happen too. Like I just want to drive around and just, we're going to go to, I've already started. I'm starting December 16th, a Wednesday. Speaking to some young people in this, they don't want me to say their name, but it's a place where kids that don't have go. And so I don't even have books, but I'm already gonna, I'm just gonna go start the process of saying this is, it's more of like encouragement and stuff like that. So, and like I said, my plan is to go to Boys and Girls Clubs, Section 8 places, poor schools, children. And I'd love to give away. I would love if people bought a ton of books I could give away. I mean, it costs money. I don't have, the money personally to like buy them all, but we'll do what we can. But, like you got to buy gas. I got to stay at a hotel. Like all that stuff costs money. I got to get food. So when the book drops there, Thomas, buy a bunch of books that I can give away. And I'll, I plan on it, Thomas. I would love that. Right now with with the beer thing, it's like, it's been so tricky, to make those things possible.
Yeah.
But we're going to push through, man. And we're going to push through. And if I could just, if I got to mail them out, I'll just mail them out. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's hard for anybody to get anything developed right now. Like with the board game company, we're trying to work with developer or manufacturers and stuff like that. But with everything, I mean, everything is literally affected by that. But yeah, guys, I put the link in the chat. Go sign up for the email. Sign up. Jay, do you want to give them a little rundown on that? You're going to do better than me. But go over to that link. Sign up for the email. Tell them what they're going to do what they're going to get if they do that, Jay.
Yeah. So right now we're just collecting emails because it's not the official launch. It costs you nothing. And I'm not sending out a ton of emails. So it's just sign up. And then once the book launches, you'll get an email. And if you purchase a book while you're on the email list, you'll get a free piece of concept art signed by the artist, which could be one of mine, which is like stick figures. Or it could be one of Anna's. So you get that. Everything to gain, nothing to lose, and I'm not spamming people. I haven't even sent a single email out yet, so it's just once it gets ready.
I can confirm that I'm signed up already, and I have not got an email yet.
Yeah,
well, maybe when I signed up, I got one, but I haven't gotten any other than that. But no, Soul Assassin, I'm not making the board game. I just work for the company that is making the board game. We already have the board game made, but I run their YouTube, social media, stuff like that. So. But anyway,
that's the thing. I see Jane Theory in the chat. She's talking about sponsors and stuff. I have gone through that route before, and I think it's good, but it's very difficult sometimes because they want so much information. If they're going to give you like free stuff, and then you talked about, and then there was someone, why don't you start your own nonprofit? That could be coming. That could be in the works. So
All right.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I'm just gonna see what happens. I'm gonna see what happens with the channel. I'm gonna see what happens with the book sales. Maybe nothing happens, and I'm just back to just teaching at home and just doing what little I can when I can, and I'm okay with it. You know, I'm absolutely okay with it. And if that's just where it's gonna be, and I just leave the country twice a year, and that's okay. I mean, I'm okay with it. So I am okay.
Absolutely, man. Now, so going forward with Jaywalking the Planet, we know where you want to take it. You said something about the road trip, right? Is that what you were just talking about? Like or is that something we're talking? We talk about that?
Yeah, man.
Well, let's talk about your idea for this road trip before we move on. Tell me about it.
I want to leave. I want it. So the book is going to launch. And I mean, look, it's not really a big read. It's not a heavy read. I think Tugs was in the chat. She's read it and sent in her review. It's 25,000 words. It's not a really big book, but I'm not an author. And it has stressed the living hell out of me. It still has.
And you're done writing it, right? You're done writing it, yeah? Yeah.
Now we're like, you know, it's just a lot of like, it's just a lot of work, man. It's like, dear God, it's a lot of work. And so I just want to like take a break. So near the end of February, I'm going to get in my car and I'm going to start with Disney and Universal. So I'm going to go there and just have a fat J day at the Magic Kingdom, and I'm going to stay on Disney property.
Okay, so you're not even going back to your house. You're literally going to pack your car, go to Disney, stay there, get in the car, and then travel.
So I'm going to go to Disney for 2 days in their resort. It's what I want. It's what I want. Yeah. From there, I'm going to go to see Jeremy and hang out with him for a couple days.
Cool.
And then from Jeremy, I'm going to go to Georgia and visit my brother and whoever else is around there. I know that I've got some fans around his area, and like there's a Coca-Cola factory. I'm planning on going and film. Like all that's going to be filmed for Jaywalking the Planet, you know. And so I hope it's monetized by that. I really do. Like that's just my fingers crossed. But then from Georgia, I'm gonna go all the way up to Washington D.C. and hang out with my parents. And from Washington D.C., I want to fly to Toronto.
Oh dang!
And visit Rev Kev and like a couple my Canadian people, because the tickets are really cheap. Come back to JFK, where Abu Nas is going to pick me up.
Hell yeah.
And spend a week, like 3 days with the whole Dark Council crew, except for Fatal, because everyone else is in the New York area. From there, I would love to hop over to Chicago and get picked up by a guy named Ords.
That's right.
Maybe, if he's around.
Oh, I'll be around. I think he'll be around.
From there, go back to Washington, D.C., probably sleep for 2 days, get back in my car, drive to St. Augustine.
Oh, nice.
And stay at St. Augustine for a couple of days, and then go home.
Nice.
And then get ready to leave the country.
This will all be documented, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's all
going to be on the other channel, So
you're kind of like getting your feet wet for what's to come in the future, the big travel.
Thomas, notice you said no Boston. All right.
Oh, wow. Get him, Jay.
If I go to JFK, Thomas. All right, Thomas, I'll talk to you, man. Like, give me a couple weeks. I got to see. How can I get from New York? How can I get from Chicago to? I guess I'd have to fly. Let me figure it out, Thomas. I do want to come to Boston, honestly. But right now, that's what I have on paper. And I'm like looking at like jump flights that'll jump me all over the place. So you want to know the truth, Lennon? I was supposed to be in Australia this year. I was going to go to China, and then from China, I was going to come back to Australia. And Lethal knows all this, but
Sandman says, sounds like a great trip filled with great people. Yes, it does.
Dude, like you said, I'm a people person, and 2020 has like screwed me over, like not being able to do anything or go anywhere.
Jay is coming to Cancun.
Yeah, so the Cancun trip was once the books are done and I got to ship them, Anna's probably going to have to sign a bunch. So I was going to then do like the West Coast later that year, like Texas, Vegas. I could hop over to Cancun, California, see Anna, have her sign all these books, go to Disneyland and all that, right? All that stuff right now. So yeah.
Let's see. The meme says
that's
New York.
The plan anyway. Like we're getting a new president. We're getting maybe I don't know what the heck's going on in the government, but
nobody knows.
But I do, and then I'm also in March. I'll be in the Dominican Republic for a week, and then back to. So that's what I'm saying. I got to get Jaywalking the Planet going, so it can help cover some of the. The thing is, I'll still be able to work. So when I wake up early, I could teach online. Hopefully that the internet's going. So it's like, and then I'll take a couple days off while I'm in New York. But like I go to Toronto, I'll take a day off. But then like I've already worked it out with someone there. Like they got internet, I could still work. I love the internet. So it's not like I'm rich. It'll be, it's gonna be scraping, but it's
right.
Like I haven't gone anywhere in a year, bro. It's like I got traveling points from like 15 years of travel that I could use. And
when I got to a certain age, I told myself that I wasn't ever going to say no to experiencing something new, no matter what it costs or no matter how much I was going to be poor doing it, because at the end of the day, it's not going to kill me. I'm going to find a way to survive. Right?
No, I'll figure it out. I'm not going to charge it. I promise myself that, even if I got to but we'll see what happens. I mean, the only thing that would kill this trip is if I got married somehow.
Wow. Way to throw a wrench.
You never know where life will take you, man. You never know.
That's true. That is true. Things change in an instant. But before we get moving into the tail end of this, I think I got a question that everybody wants to know the answer to again. Going forward, when you go to travel out of the country and all that, what's the plan with the Drunk 3PO channel?
I don't know.
Oh, here's a good point. Unless you marry a woman that likes to travel too.
Yeah. Well, she's got to. She's got to.
I can't see you with somebody who doesn't like to travel. But yeah, so
she's got to.
Drunk 3PO channel going forward. What are your plans?
I haven't really thought that far ahead.
No, that's
I still will be kicking. The people that have supported that channel, that have been a part of that channel, are some of the most loving, caring, generous. I don't understand why you watch the videos. I don't understand why you super chat, why you became members, why you come to the live streams. I'm still in all of that. I'm still in freaking all of that. And if you've done a live stream with me, like usually after the show's done, I talk about that. I'm like, God, we had this many people. I can't believe it. Yeah. I can't believe how generous this person was. It never gets old. It never gets old to see someone send me a super chat. I'm telling you, whether it's $1 or $100, it never gets old as far as how it makes me feel as a person that somebody would take their hard-earned money, and send it because
you're handsome.
I got to lose some weight, man. That quarantine.
We were talking about
35 is like, it's crept up, man. It's like, it's time. But it's still to this day, it's I never thought I would try to make people laugh or talk about Star Wars and people saying, you have entertained me, Jay. Here's $5. You know what I'm saying? It's extremely humbling. My brother, who's not a YouTuber or anything, he'll watch and he'll see people throw 20, 50, 10, whatever. And he sends me a text during, he's like, dude, he's like, you are so loved, man. Never forget that. he's like, you don't throw money to people that you don't love. You know what I mean? Like you just
True.
don't do it. And it's like, and even those that can't afford it, you know, and that are just there hanging out, it means the world to me. It's like, I can't believe I had more people, you know, watching my live stream than, you know, then they could be doing something else. You know what I mean? They could be doing something else. So it's all fascinating to me. And the thrill and the excitement and the, I don't know, man. From the first $1 super chat I ever got to the one now, to the first 10 people that never super chat that watched my live streams, to the 150 that come now. I don't know. It's such a beautiful feeling. It has not gotten old. So Drunk 3PO will probably, it's not never going to die because the people there are just too wonderful. And I would miss them so much, even if they poured it over, because the other channel probably won't do as many live streams because like if I'm in a third world country, the internet's not good enough. But, you know, that might just be the new hangout, you know?
Yeah.
Where it's like, or let's hang out, man. Let's go hang out on the Joint 3PO channel. Yeah, let's all go hang out. Like that it could turn into that.
Well,
so,
I think the Drunk 3PO,
or it might just stay the same. There's always enough content of idiots out there where I can just hold up the phone and go, "Did you see Don Cheadle's stupid tweet as he canceled a woman? You know, who's only 27 or 28 years old." Like, I mean, it's just that they're making it that easy right now.
Right.
So,
well, I can tell you this, man. The Drunk 3PO channel has turned into this beautiful group of people who come and interact with each other and know each other. And even with the Dark Council, like you bringing that together, and it's a place where people can come to escape. It's something that people desperately need these days, that Hollywood and the place we used to go to escape to doesn't really exist anymore. Whereas a place like Drunk 3PO channel, people feel like they can escape. They feel like they can go and have a conversation. And even if you are talking about the SJW stuff or making fun of people crying on Twitter, it's still that escape. It's like-minded people are like, yeah, this is ridiculous. So let's have fun in it. Let's escape from that and just keep it where
it's
we're
an
at.
escape for me too, man.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah,
because
bet.
the people that show up in the chats are freaking hilarious. And their comments, Thomas says if Drunk 3PO die, it's not gonna die, buddy. It's not gonna die.
Right. That's good.
It's not gonna die. There's too much work and too much time and too much there's too much involved, man. So it's not gonna die. It might take breaks, you know, because if I'm in Haiti for 2 weeks, it almost might be impossible to record or upload.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Know?
I bet. Yeah. And well, you know, with a lot of videos having a shelf life, like recording a video and then only being able to put it up 2 weeks later it's not really conducive to.
Yeah, that's the issue. So it'll be. I definitely will, as long as there's members on the Drunk 3PO channel. If I'm not even uploading, I will definitely never ever stop doing stuff for the members ever, because they're the ones that are like keeping that thing going and supporting. And
right.
And same thing that goes with Patreons. Like, I will find a way to make sure I constantly upload stuff just for them. If it's not going out to, like, you know, public, it'll just be stuff just for them. So that will never ever stop. So.
Well, I think a lot of people are relieved in the chat, because I think they and like I said, it's a place for them to go. They expect you to be there now, Jay, because it's just as much for them as it is for you. Yeah, man. So, and I don't know if I've said this to your audience, and I know a lot of your audience is here watching, but thank you guys who watch the Drunk 3PO channel regularly for giving me a chance to be a part of that, and giving me good criticisms and accepting the fact that Jay wanted to do something like bring me in, and I felt very welcome with it. I can go back and look at those old videos and see these wonderful comments that you guys had left, and so thank you guys for giving me a chance, and thank you, Jay.
I still think you need to go back to your other intro. It's still my favorite, with you doing graffiti and then you throwing the spray can on the ground. That's still my favorite intro. Yeah,
that's cool, man. It was different, you know. You don't see a lot of that, and You know what? Maybe yeah, we'll throw it up for a little bit for you, buddy. But just thank
Every
you.
now and then throw in the classic intro.
Yeah,
So
I still got it. I still got it, man. So thank you, Jay. I appreciate that. Now, moving into the tail end of this real quick, we're just gonna. I wanted to talk a little bit.
I'm good.
Well, I've got about 15 minutes. So
listen to that. The host doesn't even want me on his channel anymore. He's like, I've had enough of you, blah blah blah. I'm bored.
This has been an amazing stream, dude.
Bored. I am bored of you.
No, not at all.
I want to hear your stupid stories of your tapeworm spaghetti stuck in your stomach.
No, I don't need to listen to drunk. No. I want to ask since we only got a little bit of time left. I've got like the kids are showing up and stuff, so I gotta take care of them. That's why, Jay. But I'd love to have you on any time.
Everyone's saying I did like the spray intros and everything. Yeah, why'd you change it? That's why your channel's dead. You changed it. See,
Makini loves the one I got now. What's up now? God, okay, maybe I'll throw that back up there. Anyway, Christmas memories, man. We're gonna go ahead and share one of our favorite Christmas memories. So your favorite Christmas memory from when you were a child, Jay, since it is the season to talk about these sort of things: Christmas movies, presents, gifts, family. Do you have a special childhood memory about Christmas?
I think one of my favorite gifts were was actually this one from my mom.
Wow, you see what Thomas just said?
That still kept it. I lost the back, and I don't know how to get a replacement. But even after, like we couldn't afford like a Nintendo or anything, so my mom got these little portable.
Oh, those were cool back in the day.
Yeah, it still works. Look at that. So I got the Frogger, and my brother got a Pac-Man one. Look at that. So works.
That's awesome, dude.
Even though I don't have a back, so I've kept that all through the years.
Now tell me about when you opened this. Tell me, like, when you were a kid and you opened this. Tell me about it. Like, what were you thinking when you?
I had like major diarrhea. I was so happy. I was like, I couldn't believe it. Like I said, like my parents provided wonderfully. They just couldn't provide a lot. My mom and dad were amazing people, and they always made sure we ate. They always made sure we had at least one gift.
Yep.
They always made sure I had clothes. And they always made sure they told me that I was loved. So among everything. So
yeah, no, I definitely.
So that was freaking awesome. Like and the problem is like these games, they didn't come with like plugs. Everything is battery only.
Yeah.
So the first present was like a big box of these C batteries. And you're just like, what the heck, Santa Claus? What are you giving me a big old box of C batteries for? And then so like the funny thing is like, I love this thing, man. That's why I've never gotten rid of it over the years. And so it's not like today where you could play games on your phone. So it's like we would go places and I'm like, Mom, can I bring yeah, you can bring it. So you have to like shove these batteries in your pocket because, these big batteries. And the other problem is the sound. Like you can't turn the sound off. So I had to learn to shove like socks and underwear and napkins. Like you shove it up these speakers so it wouldn't make a lot of sound, so you could play. And then, if your mom heard it, I can hear it, so it's like, all right.
I remember when I was a kid, I got the square ones. You'd get like, it was like Sonic, Aladdin, and Tycho, I think, put those out. I think I could be wrong, but that was my experience. And then I got, it was very similar shape to the Frogger machine there, but it was like a Virtual Boy, but it wasn't like the headset. It was like this big clunky looking thing, and it was very similar to that, where the characters would only have like 3 movements, like they were lights that would essentially light up. Like this arm, it would light if you were moving your arm, it would light up here, and then it'd light up over here to make it look like you were moving your arm. That's cool, man.
I had a lot of happy Christmases. I had a lot of lonely Christmases, but my family always did Christmas to get like it just everybody from grandma to uncles that I hated. Everybody just came.
Same here.
Everybody went, like, growing up, everybody went to grandma's house. Everybody ate. Everybody showed off what gifts they got. Everybody, you know, and like it's something I remember. So I had a lot of good ones like that. But that was the best because my cousins were like, "Can we play it?" No, that's mine. You didn't let me play with your toys last year.
Yes.
Go over there and sit and cry.
Yes.
I'll finally get the gift. You know, like
go in there and cry.
one year, like my dad broke down. He got us the original like Nintendo NES, which was a few years later than when it was released, so they weren't as expensive. But I remember that year for Christmas, I opened up Mike Tyson's Punch Out, and I was like, I held it up like it was baby Jesus.
That's what I was talking about. It was the Tiger Electronic games. That's what I was talking about. But
yeah.
So you were holding it up.
That was that Radio Shack.
The rays of heaven come down. The music plays. Angels sing.
Yeah. Oh man, that Mike Tyson's Punch Out was like, play that hour, man. I must have played that game for years, and now I have it on my Switch.
I was gonna say, the Switch. Yeah, I was just gonna say if you got it on the Switch.
Fantastic.
Well, that's great, man. I think growing up with me, man, we didn't have money. I remember eating buttered noodles sometimes when we were younger, but we always had food in the house.
Buttered noodles, bro.
Yeah.
And fried bologna.
Oh yeah, fried bologna, dude. Yeah. Yep, egg sandwiches. Yeah.
Did I beat Mike? I played that game 1,000,000 hours. I beat Mike Tyson only twice. And the first time I did it, like there was nothing, like I couldn't share the screen. Couldn't take a picture. All you could do is tell your friends at school, and they all go, "You lie." No one beats Mike Tyson. And I'm like, everybody come over to the house and watch me do it. And I can't do it. And they're like, he's a liar. He can't do it. So you needed to beat them in front of somebody who would be like, nah, I saw. He did.
Oh, the good old days, man. I remember
back in the day, man.
I remember upgrading to Super Nintendo and having Super Punch Out and being like, this is out of control. But no, I remember we didn't have much money. You know, we made it happen. But grandma would go into debt for Christmas. Okay. She wanted to make sure that was me and my brother, her grandkids got more presents than everybody. And it was funny because my cousins would be there and stuff. And we'd always have this like mountain of gifts from grandma, and then they'd have like 3 or 4 gifts to open. I always kind of felt bad about it until this one year. You remember, I think it was like I can't remember which Batman it was. Batman Forever, I believe. That year I received, it was a Batmobile, my first ever Batmobile, and it was from that movie, and it was the one that like it lights up, shoots rockets, all this crazy shit. Batman fits in it, the whole bit. I remember opening up that gift, and I lost it, man. I didn't cry, but I almost cried when I was a kid because of how beautiful that was.
Yeah.
And I don't care how bad those Batman movies are. I know they're terrible.
No, it's just cool, man. It's just
cool, man. Like when you were a kid, like seeing that, you know, like seeing that movie and then being like, no, you don't care if it's bad. It's Batman. You're like, hell yeah, sign me up for anything, Batman.
Exactly.
Yeah. So then I get that, and that I'll never forget that. I don't have the toy anymore, unfortunately, but I'll never forget that Christmas, that opening that Batmobile and just being like, dang, Gramps, like that's what's up, you know. And then she'd always take us out for our birthdays too, where it's like you get a spending limit of $50. And then it would be like, well, Grams, I want this. I think that's even how I got my Super Nintendo. It was like, Grams, but I really want this Super Nintendo. What if I did work around your house for it? Okay, yeah, you got to do some work here, but we'll get it for you. So I was pretty spoiled by grandma, but good memories. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and get ready to wrap this up, man. I got things going on here. I got a stream here in a little bit as well.
No problem, man.
Jay, do you want to plug anything? I know I got the link in the book for the book there. Anything that you got coming up that you want to plug, my dude?
Thursday, my one-on-one, I will have Yellow Flash.
Oh, nice.
And then I'm gonna end the year with Robot Head, the
Oh,
YouTuber.
nice.
So that'll be kind of cool. And then that's basically it. Like it's just I'm trying to get through this month. This month is beyond stress because I got to get the Indiegogo website. I'm trying to get Jaywalking the Planet going, like all that stuff. So it's just go to Jaywalking the Planet and like just watch my videos on loop. Help me with some watch time.
You got the playlist up?
Yeah, there's playlists up.
Okay.
But I mean, there you can learn like some things. So, but
I agree. Yeah. I agree that the worst Christmas presents a kid could get was socks and underwear. To this day, that's the only way I get socks and underwear. For
same here. Like I actually rely on grandma to get me those socks and underwear, or I'm not buying any new ones. So it's like I'm at that age now where it's like, all right, grandma, I need some new ones. Come on, what you got? You know,
when did that, like, I still love toys for Christmas, don't get me wrong, but when did that transition happen where it's like you open up a pair of socks, you're like, okay, thanks, all right, next present, right?
When you start dating, man.
Yeah, when you crack open the socks and you're like, whew, thank God, man, I got like one good sock left, the rest have holes in them. Thank God I got these socks, man. When you started dating, yeah, that's exactly. I think you're right about that, Jay. And yes, I saw you up there. Was it M. Dastardly? Super Nintendo is an amazing system. Speaking of, I caught the live stream of the Super Nintendo Land. Holy crap, that looks awesome. Do you have any plans to go do that for park hopping or Jaywalking the Planet? Oh yeah, that's my boy, dude. I want to go so bad, dude. Oh my God, I want to go. So if you got room, let me know. I'll come with you. I don't care what it costs, dude.
It's not as expensive as you think.
We're going to talk about that. All right, guys. Well, later today, I'm going to throw the link up here. We have a live stream celebrating 100 subscribers on Omni Lucid Media. That is the board game company that I'm currently working with. They have a live stream where we will be celebrating. There is the link to the channel. If you guys want to head over there and subscribe, we're making our way to 200. Oh, hold on a sec here. No, and I'm going to go ahead and send you. Where'd it go? I'm going to drop the link in the chat when we end this for the actual live stream. Yeah. Anyway, guys, so go over there, check those guys out. We have the 3 o'clock.
Thank you.
What?
No, thank you for having me on, brother.
Oh yeah, absolutely, dude. Of course, man. Dude, I got nothing but respect for you, man. And you're a damn good friend. So I'll keep you in my life for a little bit longer.
I hope to see you in a few months.
Oh God. Yes, that would be amazing. I can't wait, dude. I'm stoked. But yeah, anyway, thank you everybody for coming. Make sure you check out that live stream at 3 o'clock today on Omni Lucid Media. And then tonight, Sunday Night Hangs in Video Games, 9:30 Central Standard Time, PM. That is, of course, Sunday Night Hangs in Video Games, where you'll find some of us yelling at each other. Fat Steven Seagal, Fuel the Hatred. I think Culture is actually down where you're at, drunk, so he won't make it tonight. And I think
I'm going to see him tomorrow. I usually do live streams on Monday night, but okay. I might not have one because I think I'm going to be hanging with Culture Casino.
Perfect.
December is such a weird month. Like my schedule live stream is probably all screwed up, so I might just be randomly live, like on a Friday. I mean, it just who knows. So we'll see. I don't know how else to put it. It's just one of those things. Like people are coming to visit me, so I'm like, I'm not gonna let my scheduled live streams get in the way of that in December.
Absolutely.
So, Jane theories are coming to hang out for a couple days too.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. Okay, well, guys, like I said, make sure you go check out Jay Walking the Planet. Thank you so much, Jay, for being here, man. I truly appreciate it, brother. You people say it all the time. I'm going to say it again. You're an amazing person. Thank you so much for all the love and support you throw my way, man. The advice you give me. I look up to you, but you're also one of my good friends too. So
yeah.
You're amazing. Anyway, guys, this chat is amazing. Thank everybody. Sorry if I didn't get to any of your guys'. It was just like a one-on-one thing. I apologize for not really paying attention to the chat. But anyway, this is Jay. You can find him on the Drunk 3PO channel, Jay Walking the Planet, Geeks and Gamers, Park Hopping, all of that stuff. Make sure you follow him. I'm Ords here in the boardroom. We'll see you guys later on today. Thank you guys for watching. Have a happy, jolly, Merry Christmas holiday. All of that to you. And we'll leave you guys with a little bit of sound advice. What
about Gina Carano?
Oh, did somebody say something about Gina Carano?
Can't say at this present time.
It's complicated. Check the BIOS and the profile, man. Okay, it's complicated. All right, guys. Thank you so much. We'll catch you guys on the other side. Peace.
Excuse me, I don't mean to interrupt, but what are you talking about?
The ending of Return of the Jedi.
My friend here is trying to convince me that any independent contractors who were working on the uncompleted Death Star were innocent victims when they was destroyed by the